So, for example, like the same-sex marriage and the civil union, that would be something that they would have consulted with you about before you gave your assent?
That's right. The same-sex marriage bill raised issues which I had to carefully consider. First of all, in the compliance with Bermuda's international obligations. The European Court of Human Rights has to date not ruled that states are required to introduce same-sex marriage per se. They have required that legal recognition be given to same-sex partners, but I examined that issue very closely before I assented to the domestic partnership bill, which was passed by the legislature. On the constitutional issue there, let me not go into detail on that question, because of course that is currently the subject of legal challenge within the courts here, and will go to the Court of Appeal in Bermuda this November. So it wouldn't be proper for me to comment on the detail of that matter, which is now sub judice. But let me say that I hope at the end of the legal proceedings and at the end of the debate on this matter, whatever the outcome is, I hope that we'll end up in a position where there is respect for different views on this matter and respect for individual rights on this matter.
Did you find it too contentious, or in your opinion, the debate back and forth?
There's been a contentious debate on this issue, and I know that feelings have run high. As governor, my job is to look at the legislation in terms of my responsibilities under the Constitution. But I say my hope is, and I hope everybody's hope is, that at the end of this debate we will end up in a position whereby there is understanding of people's different perspectives and respect for people's different rights.
Right. Now, I understand that in your consultations, the UK government felt like the domestic partnership bill would meet the the EU human rights amendments and wouldn't run afoul of that.
Well, the UK government position is very clear. The UK government is a long-standing and strong advocate for LGBT rights, and the UK government is supportive of same-sex marriage. But of course, we also recognise the largely self-governing nature of Bermuda. We recognise the legislation that's been passed in the Bermuda Parliament here, and so the test that I had to apply on very careful consideration was again the compatibility of the legislation with Bermuda's international obligations, particularly under the Council of Europe's European Convention on Human Rights and with the Constitution.
Personally, what's your opinion on same-sex marriage?
My position as governor is to consider my responsibilities as governor, but as I say, I hope that there can be respect for individual opinions and individual rights in this area.